how can farmers fix the price for their produce?
So 25 kg rice bag we pay about 1200, 1300 to 2000 rupees. Farmers get for 100 kg of paddy about 700 rupees. You tell me, without Coke, Pepsi, you can live for next 100 years. And if you don't have it, you live more.
Yes.
But without rice, vegetables, fruits, can you live? You need them. But then why farmers are struggling? You ask the farmer, why are you growing, cultivating wheat? So then my father used to do it. And why was he doing it? My grandfather was doing it. That's not the approach at all. Today things are changing. Farmers have to develop that boldness. And I can sell my produce wherever I want. And the best part is, today a farmer, even if he is very poor, they buy 30,000 rupee, 20,000 rupee smartphone for their children.
Yes.
Leverage it to. I'm telling you, if you decide to sell your produce through this mode, your income will go up by minimum 3 times and up to 10 times. Start selling. And I'll tell you, once you start tasting the success, you will not be.
Jai Jawan, Jai Kisan. That is the slogan that we use in India. It means we worship our farmers. But Indian farmers are poor. In last video of this series of video, we discussed why Indian farmers are poor. Hello and welcome to Freedom App. I'm your host Sugandh Sharma, and today I'm again in conversation with CEO and founder of Freedom App, Mr. CS Sudheer. And in this video, we are going to know the answer to where we left the last video. In the last video, I asked him that how can farmers fix the price of their produce and flourish in life? And in this video, we are gonna get answer to that question. Hello, sir. Welcome back again. So in the last video, we discussed why Indian farmers are poor. Why is their condition so worse even after such a long time? Here, I want you to answer where we left the last time. How can farmers fix the price for their produce?
See, normally when, as a farmer, I produce something, I obviously look for someone to come and buy it from my farm.
Yes.
That's the normal thing. Or I take it to mandi and I sell it in the mandi. The first thing, as we discussed in the last video also, if farmers have got unity and they decide that we won't sell it for anything below this price, obviously mandis will change their game plan. That's the first thing. The second thing is the cost plus model. They have to discover. For example, I'm growing wheat or paddy in a particular space. Now, what is a common mistake farmers commit? They grow, they produce, and then they let someone else to decide the price for their produce. Instead, if they can say that, to produce this many quintals of rice, I've spent so much on labor. When I say labor, it should also include mine and my spouse labor also.
Yeah. Everybody
because we
working.
work, yeah. That should be considered. Number 2, they should also consider the manure cost, even if it is produced at home. Because normally farmers will have their cows or buffaloes at home or sheep and goats, and they use that manure to harvest. They don't consider the cost of it. Include that. Then the water expenses, electricity charges. Then you borrowed that 50,000 to cultivate this land.
Yes.
That 50,000 otherwise you would have saved interest on that. Or even if you have invested your own 50,000 rupee, if you would have kept this in mutual fund or bank FD, you would have made some interest income.
Yes.
Include that. Then you should include the rent of the land. What if you decide I will not grow anything, I will just rent out my land? You'll make some rent?
Yes.
Include that. Now you get the total cost, including seeds also you should include.
Yes.
Now you get the total cost. Now you add your profit, 30%, 20%, whatever you want. Because you have your other expenses. No? Now you arrive at the price. Assume that price is much higher than the market price. Then create that association, use the unity, power of unity, make everyone aware that we should not sell it below this price. But then assume nobody is coming with you.
Yes.
You know your cost is 100 to 1200 rupees per quintal or whatever, weight of it. But people are asking for 800 rupees. Don't sell it. Find out what do they do after purchasing from you. For example, in Bangalore for rice, for 25 kg rice bag, we pay about 1200, 1300 to 2000 rupees.
Yes.
Farmers get for 100 kg of paddy about 700 rupees, 800.
Oh my God.
From 100 kg of paddy, you can get easily 70 kg of rice, and then other items are also sellable. Imagine how much money these guys are making now. So farmers can actually process, make add value to it, and make it more valuable and sell it for a better price. They should think about. And the other way to fix the prices, you explore all possible valuations. Instead of selling just the rice, you can actually, there are varieties of rice now.
Yes.
Right? Or you set up your own rice shop. A farmer can set up a rice shop in a farmer's market or farmer's shop, direct from farm. People love it.
Yes.
If I come across a shop, it says that direct from the farm, I will obviously go and buy from there. Many people would do that. So do that. Because today, farmers who've got 2 acre, 5 acre land, they don't have work round the year. They are free most of the time. Problem is they don't have patience. So what happens? I as a farmer, I produce something, I grow something, I cultivate something. I wait for 3 months, 6 months, 1 year to get the yield, get the produce.
Yes.
And once I get it, I can't wait for 3 days. I need money quickly because I've borrowed money by paying high interest or whatever other commitments I've got. That's the biggest mistake committed by farmers. And that weakness is the investment for all these middlemen. So farmers, if they can somehow manage that, believe me, things will change.
So what are the other ways in which farmers can sell directly and not go through that middleman route?
See, today the things are changing in this world. Earlier, we had a lot of restrictions. Just imagine if I'm a farmer, I'm growing vegetables, fruits, or all these pulses or whatever. I can directly set up a shop and start selling it on my own. Or I can unite with my village farmers. See, asking a farmer to unite all farmers in the state is going to be tough.
Yeah.
But if he can unite the farmers in his village and set up a society and start selling all the produce of the farmers from that village through the society. And see, normally what has happened, most of the farmers' children, they come and work in the cities, in the restaurants, taxis, taxi drivers, auto drivers.
Right.
Why don't they put them into this job? Instead of you going and working for somebody, you sell our produce. It's just that they don't like each other, farmers.
Because they think they are competitors.
They're not. They're not. I'll tell you, see, today you think about Coke, Pepsi kind of company.
Yes.
How much money they make by selling sugar water?
Too much.
Are they asking for minimum support price? Do they protest that we are not able to, run the business, you do loan waiver or whatever? Why farmers are doing it? You tell me, without Coke, Pepsi, you can live for next 100 years. And if you don't have it, you live more.
Yes.
But without rice, vegetables, fruits, can you live? You need them. But then why farmers are struggling? Unity is not there. And the other thing is, again, if I'm a farmer, if I want to get better price for my produce, if I want to fix price for my produce, then I should be able to understand what to produce. Prediction-based production.
Yes, we talked about.
So I have to understand that. Once I understand and decide what to produce, then I should understand where do they use this. Then accordingly I have to plan my value addition, processing and all that. And then I should understand how this product is being sold in the market by others. Packaging, positioning, branding, all that farmers have to understand.
What I've understood is that without doing the research on how to sell after the produce, they just grow what they are growing from generations.
Absolutely, this is what happens today with farmers. You ask the farmer, why are you growing, cultivating wheat? They say, my father used to do it. And why was he doing it? My grandfather was doing it. That's not the approach at all. Today things are changing.
Yes.
See, I'll tell you, when we talk about farm produce, there are certain items where the price is always like this. Every year the price of such produce is going up. There are some which are declining. There are some which have got this trend, up and down. So you as a farmer, study this. Understand what is having this trend, the growing trend. And you must produce that, cultivate that. Then obviously most of your problems will be addressed. It's not that you don't have demand for all kinds of things. You know, even things like apple today. Look at the price. But unfortunately, farmers are not getting the right price for the produce.
Apple has become very expensive.
Yeah, but even then farmers are not getting the money because of middlemen. This is actually the farmer's weakness. If they start thinking that I will sell my apples across, I would love to see a farmer from Himachal Pradesh selling his apples here. See, today, instead of Himachal Pradesh, a farmer's son coming to Bangalore and working in a restaurant or an IT company, I want him to set up an apple shop here. The apples produced or grown in Himachal Pradesh, at least in that village, he should be able to procure it from all farmers, come and sell it in Bangalore.
Yes, that's a nice idea.
That's the way it should be. See, today you think about it. You ask me, can farmers fix the price for the produce? You start a bicycle manufacturing company. You start a motorcycle manufacturing company. You start a car manufacturing company. You will have the factory, but most importantly, you will have the showroom.
Yes.
The farm is also a factory, but where is the showroom for them? Farmers must have their own shop. If not on a fully based, like around the year, they can have a sharing basis.
Yes. And if they are in a remote location, maybe their children should set up shop.
Absolutely.
So since we talked about the processing of the produce, how can a farmer process the food items that they are growing and then go about selling them? Like if I am a farmer, I want to, process what I'm producing and then sell it, how to go about it?
See, wherever this prediction-based production is not done, assume tomato. In some, months, it's so difficult to sell, farmers throw it on street. Instead of doing that or selling it for throwaway price, you process it and make pulp out of it. Take out the pulp.
Tomato puree.
Yeah. Or you make ketchup.
Yes.
Or you make powder out of it. The shelf life grows from 2-3 days to 1-2 years. And then you sell it. That makes even to cook also it's easy. Instead of cutting vegetables and all that, if you have the ready to, mix, then it will be easy.
Yeah.
So such things have to be done. And in fact, technology is available today for all that. Farmers don't have to invest a lot of money for this. This can be done with a very less investment. Just think about dry fruits business, how big it is today.
Yes.
What if farmers who grow these dry fruits, if they don't explore that, if they say that, okay, hey, I'm not able to sell it raw, I have to throw it on street. Just because they're processing it and they're making anjeer farming.
Yeah. Like when you sell anjeer, it sells for 200 rupees for like a kg. And the anjeer dry fruit, it's around 1,000 rupees.
Yeah, imagine.
Yeah.
So that's the way to think about it. And then most importantly, it is not about 200 or 1,000 rupees. It is about the shelf life.
Yes.
The raw one,
increases.
how many days you can keep? The dry fruit, how many days you can keep? Many months, right? That's the way to think about it.
Now, for example, if I want to, create my own brand and sell my own produce as a farmer, how should one do it?
First thing here is, if you know what you're producing, understand where it can be sold, and then accordingly make a pitch when think about the process. What all licenses are required? Should you have SSA license for food? Or should you set up a private limited company or a partnership or a proprietorship farm? And then what kind of packaging should be done? Understand the entire process, same like any business. On Freedom App, we have a course called Agripreneurship.
Yes.
This is being taught to you practically there. Please follow that and copy it.
So, can farmers use digital medium, for selling their produce?
Absolutely, they can do it. And digital medium is easy because if you talk about digital medium, you can either set up your own website and sell it, you can use social media and sell it, you can use e-commerce portals and sell it. And the easy thing to start with is social media. Use Facebook, Instagram, WhatsApp for this purpose. You announce. I'll tell you, when we talk about digital medium for sales, first thing is to connect with the buyer, the prospective. If you can connect with the prospective buyer, your half job is done. You make a post, I've got fresh anjeer to sell.
Yes.
I'm offering at this price. People will reach out to you, you give your contact number, and then you exchange notes, discuss, and then they'll visit you and pick it up. But if you can list your products on e-commerce websites or other online websites, that makes your job more easier because they take care of the logistics part. And the other option is you set up your own website. Many farmers don't know the truth that an e-commerce website can be built with an investment of less than 35 to 50,000 with a payment gateway inside in it.
Yes.
With 35 to 50,000 rupees, you can build your own e-commerce portal today. So build one, start selling. Apart from that, set up your own shops. I'll tell you, a farmer from my place, he was growing some vegetables. At one point, he found it difficult to sell it in his place. He took a huge truck, loaded all his vegetables, came to Bangalore. 3 days, straight 3 days. Entire truck he sold. Entire truck, full truck full of vegetables. He sold it. He was saying his income, even after taking out all the expenses, truck, rent, everything, he made 3 times more money than what he would have otherwise made in his village. So farmers have to develop that boldness. And I can sell my produce wherever I want. And the best part is, government is also very supportive that way. Farmers can transport their produce wherever they want. Nobody will stop them.
Yes.
Yeah.
So here we are talking about the digital medium. Sometimes farmers might, have this fear that what if I don't get paid for my product after I have delivered the product and, I've sold the product.
No, there are options. Like a friend of mine who has done a course on Freedom App as well. He wanted to sell honey. And he started doing it. Initially, he started posting in social media that I've got honey, 800 rupee per liter per kg. You send me money through WhatsApp or Google Pay or Phone Pay. I will then ship the produce, honey to your place. People did that. People trust farmers. And then eventually, he started his own website. He started his own shop. Today, he sells from his own farm and plus some other farmers in his village he purchases. He does about 13 to 14 lakh rupee worth sales every month.
Wow.
All from his own farm and neighbor's farm. Just imagine 13 to 14 lakh rupee going to that village every month, which means close to 1.6, 1.7 crore a year. He says, I am earning 5 times more what I would have made otherwise by selling to local middlemen. So this is how farmers should think.
So, I partly belong to Himachal, and there are some villages which are really in remote locations. People are not so tech savvy, they are not so mobile savvy. The farmers, they might not even get mobile networks properly. So, how can these people use the digital medium to sell their produce?
Very simple. I'll tell you, farmers, like in my village today, network connectivity issues. But then farmers can ship the produce to a local, their town there, a nearby town or a nearby district center. Take a small shop, and from there they can operate. Or they have their son or daughter working in cities, studying in cities, leverage them. Today, a farmer, even if he is very poor, they buy 30,000 rupee, 20,000 rupee smartphone for their children.
Yes.
Leverage it to sell your produce. And there are many options. See, I'll tell you one thing. Today, a farmer who has a smartphone of even 8,000 rupee, 10,000 rupee, they use WhatsApp, Facebook, Instagram. Use it for a better reason. I'm telling you, if you decide to sell your produce, Through this mode, your income will go by minimum 3 times and up to 10 times. Start selling. And I'll tell you, once you start tasting the success, you will not give up.
But what about the farmers who are less educated or uneducated?
I think this is a very illogical argument, I would say, because I have my son who is 4-year-old. He is actually illiterate because he is still not going to school. He doesn't even speak fluently. But he uses smartphone better than me.
Yes.
And why? Very simple, because we've got those options there. Your voice search. You don't need to type.
Yes.
Smartphones are actually for our convenience.
Right.
So leverage it. Don't play a victim game. I'll tell you, that's not going to help you. Farmers should never do that.
So now that you have told us so much about, how farmers can fix the price for their produce, how they can use the digital medium also, are there any final words or conclusion you would like to give to this video to our viewers?
I want all farmers to become farmpreneurs. Every farmer to become agripreneur. They should fix the price for the produce and be very, proud about your produce. Farmers should not think like, okay, can I sell this? I don't think I can do this. No, don't underestimate your capability. You start doing it, you'll do really well. And I want you to do it.
Well, thank you so much for those insights. And all the viewers who have watched this video, please do share this video with your friends and family, especially your farmer friends. In this video, we talked in detail how farmers can improve their life. If you have not watched the other video of this series, the first video, the link is in the description. I would just like to say download the Freedom app, and why I say that, because we have many courses on entrepreneurship, how farmers can improve their farming methods, and a lot more. So download the Freedom app, be happy, and this is your host Sugandh Sharma signing off.